Welcome, speculators. I wanted to talk about internal rate of return, or IRR, because in many of my videos I'll refer to the IRR of this company's project. And what does that mean as a speculator? It's another industry lingo that's a good one to learn. IRR, internal rate of return, is looking at the internal returns of one project versus another. So a company who has multiple projects would typically calculate this return on each project to the company and decide which project's going to have the best return for the risk-reward ratio to that company, and make decisions based on those rates of return. And not only project by project, but different things inside that project, whether they're going to process it this way or tackle it that way. They'll look at different aspects of making a project happen that increase the internal rate of return to that company. Now, how do they calculate internal rate of return? Internal rate of return is the idea of net benefit to the person investing that money over time. How much does it cost in the front end is one thing that's calculated, money going out, and then over time the rate of return part is money coming back in. How fast does it come back in, and how much money comes back in because of that investment or that decision that was made. And by figuring that out, you can fine-tune projects or companies full of projects to get the best return to the company. And I keep saying company and not investor because there's still management in between that internal rate of return and the return to the investor. There's management and a price. So as investors and speculators, we hear about the internal rate of return of projects, but that's inside that company. Management charges fees, they charge all kinds of stuff before we get our hands on that money. Lots of times when everything goes right, they get bigger amounts of money. When everything goes wrong, we get stuck holding the bag, right? So it's just a tool that's used to prioritize and make projects more efficient in the best way possible to return to that company. And then the price of the company in the marketplace, one company that has a 30% internal rate of return on their project and another company that has a 30% internal rate of return on the project, might be priced completely different. One might be priced that it would take 5 years to get your money back, and the other might be priced so it'd take 1 year to get your money back. Now, as investors, we want to look at our internal rates of return, our returns that go to our pockets and our portfolios, bottom line. And so in the scenario I was just giving, it'd make a lot more sense to invest in the company that is going to pay back your money in 1 year and then profits beyond that, versus a company with the exact same project, same internal rates of return, that's going to pay it back in 5 years. Now, those are obtuse examples because there's so many different variables in these projects: locations, qualities of projects, grades. There's just so many variables that you can't boil it down to a number. But it's a tool that allows you to compare one project to another project to another project much more efficiently, or as an investor, one company to another company to another company more efficiently. It's another tool that speculators and investors should have in their toolbox when it comes to evaluating where to invest your money. Thanks for listening.